So apparently it's all about more questions. And this is one of the greatest challenges inside of our industry, that people think you just got to keep on asking more questions after more questions after more questions. And it's not actually about more questions, and nor is it about better questions. It's actually about game-changing questions. You see, you're in the middle of a listing presentation and you ask one key question. Mr. and Mrs. Owner, have you sold before? If the answer to that question is no, it's a completely different listing presentation. If the answer to that question is yes, it's also a completely different listing presentation. Did you have a preference between auction or for sale? I know we definitely want to go with for sale. Why is that? We've had really bad experiences with auction. We'd never go that way. In fact, if you recommended it, it would be the #1 reason why we wouldn't use you. This is what we're talking about, learning what the game-changing questions are to really improve your level of conversion. But it's not just in the listing presentation. It's also in the way that you prospect. When you're working with a buyer and you're there at the open for inspection, what is the one question that you want to ask? The one question that you know, if I could only ask this customer, only one question at all in any way, what would it be to absolutely help me so I know exactly what to do with the customer? And that question, without a doubt, have you bought locally before? If someone says yes to that question, you now know that they are in your family. They are ultimately in the area that you serve. This is now a conversation around how you can empower them into the future through a better level of enablement. And this is what the whole conversation is about. You literally just go to the customer, you ask one very simple question. Have you bought locally before? Yes, I have. What are your plans that are existing when you buy the next? It is the easiest way to understand exactly what's happening for the customer. And then all you need to do is you need to literally book the appraisal, go out and see them and make it all happen. This is all about enablement. This is the whole conversation of what great agents actually do is they enable the customer. By going over the house, by giving them an idea on what it's worth, we can then make sure that we've got them shopping in exactly the right price range. What you need to be thinking about is that that question makes a huge difference. If you wait until you get to the open for inspection callback, the challenge is that over 50% of the leads that you met on Saturday are already lost because they simply just don't answer the call and you end up in a voicemail. What great agents do is they understand their conversion campaigns. They know exactly what they need to be doing when they're there at the open for inspection. They know who the people are that they need to be following it up when it comes to the open for inspection callback and what they need to be doing inside of the just sold call. This is all about, over a period of time, gathering all of the data so we know exactly how to help today's modern consumers. To be a great real estate agent, all you need to do is to think exactly about the questions that you're asking. What are your game-changing questions that you know fundamentally shift the entire game, that shift that entire conversation, that move that customer closer to actually getting a result? And this is the big conversation. There are some agents that will literally go and take 5, 10, 15, 20 questions that another agent could ask one question in that's so much more powerful that significantly moves the customer forward. Now's your time to play a much better quality game and to get yourself into a position that you've got the best conversion conversations going around.